What's going on, guys? My name is Alex. Today we're going to be talking about 5 tips for taking better photos of cars. Number 1 is going to be location. The location plays a huge part in the overall look and feel of the photo. If the background is cluttered or uninteresting, it's going to bring the rest of the photo down. For example, if you were to just take a photo in your garage, it's probably not going to look nearly as good as it could if you were to take the time to just back the car out into some good lighting and then take a photo that way. The location can also affect the overall look and feel of the photo you're going for. Maybe you want an urban type look, you're in the city with buildings in the background. Another thing you may have to deal with is how cramped is the location you're shooting in. Depending on what lens you have on, there may not be room to get all the angles you need to get to make an interesting photo. One more thing before we move on is to leave some space between the background and the car. This is going to give you that nice shallow depth of field. If you're shooting up against the wall, move the car out a good ways from the wall, that way it's going to blur the background. Alright, tip number 2 is to use fast glass. So speaking of shallow depth of field, the best way to get that is to use a lens with a big aperture, something like 2.8 or lower. Shooting at f2.8 or lower is going to give that nice background blur that's really going to separate the car from the background and really make it pop. The car is going to be nice and sharp and in focus, and the background is just going to have that nice soft blur. And this tip really goes for any type of photography, whether it's cars, products, portraits. Everyone usually loves that nice shallow depth of field. Alright, tip number 3 is going to be angles. There are a few basic angles you're pretty much always going to be shooting at when you're dealing with a car. These are going to be the front 3/4 view, rear 3/4, straight on from the front, straight on from the rear, and the side profile. And you can get creative with these angles depending on whether you're shooting it from a high angle, or maybe you're down low, or maybe you're focusing in on a specific part of the car like the wheel or the headlight. This also depends on how you're framing your shot. Are you using the rule of thirds? Are you center framing it? This is really up to you, but when you're first starting out, I do recommend trying to use the rule of thirds. It usually will create a more interesting photo. Alright, number 4, this is a quick tip. Bring a microfiber towel and maybe some detail spray. Maybe on the drive there, something might have gotten on the car, you can just clean that up real quick. If any dirt or dust got on the car, you can go ahead and knock that off so you won't see it in your photos and you won't have to deal with photoshopping it out in post. Alright, and last but not least, number 5 is weather. Don't be afraid of the weather. Just because it's not sunny and beautiful outside doesn't mean that you shouldn't go shooting. I know a lot of people, if it's raining, they won't want to bring their car out, they won't want to go shoot. But the reason you shouldn't do this is because not so great weather can actually make for some really great photos. An overcast or rainy day is going to give you some great natural soft lighting. You can get really creative with puddles and wet pavement using the reflection. And if it's raining, the water beating up on the paint is going to look really nice in photos as well. Definitely do not be afraid to go out shooting if it's raining. And if it's snowing, that's even better. You can get some epic looking shots in the snow. Alright, that's going to be all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed these tips. I hope they help. If there's anything you think I missed, put it down in the comments down below. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.